Hi, my name is Justin Lara, and this is my presentation for Aviation 325 for a flight in the vicinity of Jacksonville to practice some maneuvers. On this trip, I'm flying a Cessna 172 with a G1000. It's a four-seater plane and loaded to maximum gross weight with 3 passengers in addition to myself. The passengers are my CFI and a couple of his family members who are visiting for the weekend. I am nearing the end of my commercial flight training, and this is one of the last few lessons before my check ride. We will be practicing maneuvers. Unfortunately, there are some thunderstorms in the area to the northwest of Jacksonville that we will need to keep an eye on. Because the thunderstorms are to the northwest and they're moving in a north-northwest direction, I decided to fly south for our maneuvers. Unfortunately, we will go about 30 miles south of Jacksonville due to multiple Class Delta airports to the south of Jacksonville. We will be maneuvering in the area of Reynolds Air Park and will need to stay out of the restricted areas to the southwest. For the pre-flight process, I use the PAVE checklist along with other mnemonic devices to make sure I don't miss important components involved in planning a flight. The first letter P is for pilot. The I'm safe checklist helps to ensure that I am okay to fly given multiple variables. I am not sick and haven't used any drugs or medications. I have the same typical stress from work and school, but not being affected by any out of the ordinary stressors. I have not had any drinks within 8 hours of the flight and have no hangover side effects. I have had plenty of sleep recently and ate a full breakfast and a lunch. I am proficient in terms of handling the aircraft as I've been in commercial training for the past year and have plenty of experience navigating around thunderstorms. However, I have never operated the plane this close to max gross weight. Second letter A stands for airplane. There are multiple checklists that must be completed to ensure the airplane is airworthy. The plane has all the required documents to include the airworthiness certificate, registration, operating handbook, and weight and balance. All the maintenance, including the annual 100-hour transponder and ELT inspections, have been completed. The plane has all the required equipment for day VFR as prescribed by 91205. Also associated with aircraft is weight and balance. In the front seats are myself at 190 and my instructor at 185. In the back seats are my instructor's family at 170 and 175. Because the aircraft has so many people in it, I took out as much items as possible, such as extra oil and the tow bar. We could only take off with 20 gallons to stay within weight. With 2 gallons going to the start, run up, and taxi, we only have 18 gallons for the flight, and it's going to take 20 minutes to get there, 20 minutes to get back. With the half-hour FAA minimums, we are only left with 13 gallons to use in the practice area, or a little over an hour. This works out fine because our lesson is only from 3 to 5, which is a 2-hour window. The POH says we can do non-aerobatic maneuvers, even though we are in the normal category, not the utility category. Next is V for environment. There are multiple NOTAMs adjusting the minimums for IFR approaches. Although this flight is supposed to be VFR, there is weather in the area and I need to keep these changes in mind if I must pick up an IFR clearance to get back in. The runway lengths are 10,000 and 7,700 feet, which is plenty for us. We only need 860 feet for the ground roll and 1,470 feet to clear a 50-foot obstacle on takeoff, and 585 feet for the ground roll and 1,350 feet to clear a 50-foot obstacle on landing. There are plenty of alternates we could use, including Northeast Florida Regional just to the east of the practice area, which we could use to refill before returning to Jacksonville if we need to for some reason. The weather isn't fantastic, as you can see with the METAR and TAF. The METAR is showing 12-knot winds favoring runway 13. Visibility is fine, ceilings are high, but there's scattered layer at about 4,000 feet. There is lightning to the distance to the northwest, but again, that's going to continue moving northwest and we are going south. The TAF is showing that the cloud coverage and winds are going to stay roughly the same throughout the night. This is the airport diagram and chart supplement for Jacksonville. There are a couple external pressures for this flight that could affect a safe go-no-go decision. This is one of my last flights before I get the endorsement to take the commercial check ride. My instructor's family is in town and want to go on a ride-along flight lesson to see what their son does for a living. Unfortunately, if we need to cancel for weather or any other reason, it is unlikely they will be able to go next time as they are here only for the weekend. I think making a go decision for this flight would be okay. We are more than 20 miles from the heavier parts of the storm, and I am pretty used to navigating around cumulonimbus clouds. The wind in the area isn't crazy and doesn't indicate wind shear. Operating so close to max gross weight does worry me, but we will just double and triple check our weight and balance calculations and ensure we have exactly 20 gallons of fuel, no more, no less. Since our weight and balance calculations need to be so precise for this flight, I would probably ask everyone to step on a scale and give me exact numbers instead of guessing their weight. And nobody is taking any extra bags or things they don't need.